Hi, how's it going, everybody? This is a quick little video, and I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, where I examine my cards. We're going to start with Yu-Gi-Oh! Today. I only have a couple cards, and we'll get straight into Magic. But I'm doing this, basically, so I never have to take the cards out of the card savers again. But yeah, this is the Fiend Mega Cyber. Looks pretty nice. This is a card that I bought a couple packs from someone on Facebook, and this was like a promo card it wasn't a promo, but it came with the packs here. There's a scratch right there. I think this is a good, uh, I think it's about a 9. There's nothing major. We'll just put it back in. Sorry, I kind of have to look over I'm using this scuffed setup of a box, so we'll set that off aside. And then in one of the packs was this Megamorph from, I think this is Magic Ruler? Yeah, Magic Ruler. So I don't open a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! I have some Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I don't open a lot. This one's packed fresh, straight into the sleeve. I had sleeves ready. Yeah, nothing wrong with this. The back could be centered a little bit better. This should be a 9.5 BGS, a 10 PSA. I generally like BGS a little bit better. I don't know. I guess maybe it's a 9 with the centering. Centering on the front's okay. It's still a little off. You know, if it's between 9 and 9.5, 9 and 10, depending on which service you use. And I repurpose a lot of these card savers. So anyway, onto Magic. So we got a couple Portal 3 Kingdoms cards. This one is Menghuo the Barbarian King. I bought this off TCG Player. Oh, hold on. I don't want to mess up the cards, so I'll just take it off the screen. I bought this off TCG Player. I mean, it's really nice. Top to bottom centering could be a little bit better, but I think it's still within the realm of a 9 on the centering for BGS. Now, if we look at the back, they might dock that. It's like a little line for the surface. They might dock for that. I'm not sure, though. I can't tell what that is. I'm trying to keep everything on the screen, but other than that, the card's perfect. That's something that could possibly get overlooked, or they could just, I don't know if that's considered an edge or a surface defect, but it could be something that they don't catch or something that gets overlooked. These are the bigger cards that I'm looking at right now. I'm trying to make sure everything stays nice, so I'm going to do this off screen. Okay. So, let's go to the next one. I have plenty of cards to go through. These are some of the bigger ones. There's another Portal 3 Kingdoms rare. I think it's a rare, yeah. Luzon Scholar General, same idea. Got it from TCG Player. Generally, I have pretty decent luck getting things from TCG Player. There's a little something here that could rub off. It's nothing crazy, though. I think it's just missing a little bit of the gloss. The back, we'll look at the corners and along the edge. Trying to get it to stay focused. Really clean edges. So that one, again, ideally a 9.5. I don't really see why it shouldn't get a 9.5. The other one, I could see them taking off for that line on the bottom. So this one, Sun Quan Lord of Wu, this case is a little broken, so I have a replacement case to put that in. But I figured I'd take it out, you know, on camera instead of having to take it out twice. So also I use these little cases for some cards. I should probably put the bigger stuff in bigger cases, but this one I also got on TCG Player. There was a guy, I think he wasn't a Gold Star seller, and but he had a picture up, and it was maybe $30-$40. And I mean, let me see. There's some things on the surface, but I think they'll knock off. I don't want to mess with it too much. The surface isn't perfect, but the edges, corners, centering, everything else is super nice. Down here by the Deckmaster, I don't want to mess with it too much. I think some of this stuff might knock off. And I'll reevaluate when I actually go to send these cards in. But for now, I just want to have, I'm just doing these as a sort of an archive, so I can look at the cards. Let me do it off camera. Make sure it's all straight and, you know, not getting pinched. All right, so let's move on to some Antiquities cards. This is a Damping Field again. I buy a lot of stuff off TCG Player. I just buy near mint copies of cards, and you know, I hope for the best. And sometimes you get decent luck. You know, it has the telltale, you know, Wizards corners up at the top. That's from the factory. That's not a you know. So when they stamp the cards out, or when they cut the cards, they you know, it kind of pinches the corners a little bit. Here's another one. That's from my fingerprint. I think that's from my fingerprint. Well, you know, that should clear up. But either way, you know, it's just missing some gloss. That might subtract a little bit, but in general, I'm happy with, you know, anything over an 8.5 from BGS. So I'm not really worried too much. You know, obviously if I come out with some 9.5s, that would be ideal. And if I get a 9, that's still a nice little surprise. So, you know, let's go on with this Sentinel Druid real quick. More Antiquities. So again, TCG Player. I think the only other card I got, two or three cards, were from a random lot. So this one's off-centered a little bit on the back. Let's see the front. The front's pretty decently centered. Let me check the corners. I'm trying to see if there's anything I could see. There's a little white dot at the corner, which, you know, I think depending on where they, you know, it could be the print dot for the registration of the card. When they cut it, they have like little guides that are dots, and you know, sometimes that white dot could be that, and sometimes it could be you know, actual wear. So let's go. All right, let's go on to the next one, Power Leech. And then is one of the cards I really want to take a good look at. So here's a Power Leech, another reserve list card. The surface isn't perfect, as you can see from the light. There's a couple little dots of things, and you know, they'll see that, which is fine. And then on the back we have, you know, some similar wear, but there's a little trying to see if it'll focus. I don't know if you can see it yet. Right there, see a little white dot, some light surface stuff. This should still be an easy 8.5, maybe even a 9. I'm not sure. It should be an easy 8.5 though. Wow, we're already going on 10 minutes. All right. It's going to be fun when I go through all my unlimited cards. I have a bunch of unlimited commons, and you know, it's taken me this long to go through like less than 10 cards. All right, so this is the card I want to see. This is a hard card to get in a quad 9/5, and I think this one has a good shot. So centering, I think it's got a little bit more on the top than the bottom, but otherwise, I think it still falls within 9/5 standards. Let's look at the surface. The surface is really clean. There's a little thing right up here, if you can see, right up there. That's the only flaw I could find on this card. And I looked at it up and down. Otherwise, it's really perfect. I mean, I think this should be a 9/5 basic for sure. Hopefully, you know, maybe that's not enough to bring it all the way down to a basic or to a 9 even. But, you know, a 9/5 quad would be perfect. All right. Next card. So this is a Miri's Guile. This and the Enlightened Tutor you see behind. Let me take it out nice and carefully. This and the Enlightened Tutor you see behind it, right there, were from a random lot. I think it was Goodwill, actually. I think I bought a lot on Goodwill. You can see the centering's off. And there's a little, that is a printing error. So a little bit of a misprint, not really. I wouldn't consider it a misprint, but I like finding those little printing errors. Other than that, the card's perfect. You know, it's a little off center. I don't know if I'm sending this in, but I'm definitely sending in the Enlightened Tutor. Eventually, my goal is to get every set up to Urza's Saga graded. You know, generally in good grades, but... So this is an Enlightened Tutor. Centering's really nice. Again, it's a little off on this side to this side, but I think that's only like a 9 centering, which I don't think is that bad. And then as for the back, nothing wrong with it at all. So expect a couple more of these videos where I just talk about some of the cards I have. Some cards I'm going to get graded. Some cards I already have graded over here. There's a pretty big stack of them. And yeah, I don't have them ready, but I have more cards that I plan on getting graded, and I'll show those on camera the same way I did these, and those will probably be longer videos because I have probably 100 Legends cards, probably close to 60, 70 unlimited, and a bunch more antiquities that I didn't show. This was just for some of the bigger cards and stuff like that. So I guess thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.